Welcome to this Facebook Live here at the BBC World Service. We're BBC Africa, and our Facebook Live today is with two very dapper gentlemen who are here with me. They are the brains behind Jesusegun Shoes, Jesusegun of London, and they are Andrew Moss Mackenzie and Raphael Knight. Welcome to us here. Now, we have some beautiful shoes in front of us, and I wonder how you would describe, I know that you have customers all over the world. You have actors, footballers, DJs, you name it, people who've been on the Golden Globe. I saw gracing the red carpet with your shoes.
That's right.
Even presidents.
That's right.
Wear your shoes.
That's correct.
So how is it that I'm only now coming to know, and we're now going to tell the world about your shoes? Maybe I can ask you first, actually, Moss. How would you describe your shoes?
Well, our brand's very exclusive. And we do very short numbers. For example, we might, that blue shoe over there, for example.
These beautiful sequin numbers.
Yes, we only made 10 pairs. That particular pair belongs to Michael Blackson.
He's an American actor?
Yeah, comedian. So most of our shoes are very, very limited in number.
These are dazzling. I mean, they are blue sequins, blue and silver sequins.
That's correct, yes.
For want of a better word. And I know that all your shoes have names, don't they?
Yes, they do.
What's this beautiful number?
Imole.
Imole,
yes.
Which means?
Imole means stars.
Very apt.
Yes.
Very apt indeed.
Stars.
And these beautiful, very classic brogue shoes that are here, they're black brogues that many people will see city gents wearing, or those who are working, who like to wear dapper suits. What are these called?
We haven't got a name for them yet, because those were actually ordered by a very important customer.
Do you care to share who the customer was, or
yes,
is it confidential?
No, the President of Ghana.
President Akufo-Addo?
Yes.
The current president of Ghana?
Current president, yeah.
Those are for him.
Wow. So, I mean, Raphael, we're talking about, you said it's exclusive. So we have, very esteemed customers that you have. But it's not just exclusive in that you wouldn't like anybody else to become customers, even though your prices may be quite high.
Well, the prices are not high. The prices are quite affordable for what they are. I mean, they're not cheap, but they are affordable for what they are, because all our shoes are handmade. All our shoes are hand-painted.
Yeah, relative.
And it's handmade. We're talking about quality leather.
Definitely.
And where are they made, Raphael?
In Italy.
All of them?
Italy, Spain. It depends. With the ladies' ones, Spain. And these are in Italy.
And can you describe what the kind of ethos behind your company is? How would you describe them as exclusive designer shoes? Mm-hmm. But especially given that they have names, you said this is
Imole. What we stand for is, obviously both of us were brought up in the UK. We were both born in the UK, but we go to Africa quite often. So Africa it inspired us a lot.
Of course.
When we used to go to Africa, we've been to Egypt, the tradition, the cultures. It inspired us to bring this brand together. So that's what influenced us to infuse Africa and the Western world together. Yeah. So, because if you look at our shoes, there's a lot of African reference drawn to our shoes. Such
as what? Because there's a pair screaming out at me here. They look almost like leather denim, but they have spikes on them. Do you want to describe those for us, please, Raphael? Yes. Or Moss? What do you call those?
Go on.
I call them Iru.
Iru?
Yes.
As in Iru that you cook with? Which is a...
No, it's called Iru is as in hair.
Oh, Iru?
Yes.
Iru as in hair. Oh,
yes.
Iru, okay. Why is that, though? Because they've got studs on them?
Something like that, yes.
Okay, curious name. And we're talking Yoruba names.
Yes.
All the names you've given so far, Imole, Iru, are Yoruba names. Are you of Yoruba heritage?
I am, yes.
And you, Raphael?
I'm Igbo.
You're Igbo. So two young Nigerian men, relatively young, who've come together. Raphael, how did you come together to be making these exclusive designer shoes?
Well, we started from the suits. Started with making the suits, first of all. And then when we asked by a customer of ours, who was a very affluent person, to make shoes for him. He had a very big problem with his feet. So I think it was size 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what happened was, he's been to a lot of other places to find out if they could make shoes for him. But the problem was nobody was willing to do it at the price which he was given. So he came to us, asked us, and we thought, okay, let's take the challenge on. Went out to Italy, we looked for a place, found somebody to do it, got it at the right price, and we had about 4 months to do it. But we got it done in about a quarter of the time.
And Jesusegun has been going on for how long? How long have you been in business for?
2016.
And now your company base is where? Where are your customers?
All over. I mean, I think 40% of our customers, I would say, are in America. We've got quite a large number in Africa.
What countries?
And Nigeria, Ghana, and Ivory Coast, South Africa.
Yes.
And the DRC, I understand you have in the
DRC, yes.
Republic of Congo. Now, that knowing full well the fashion there is around the sapeurs, who like the very nice, some would argue flashy suits, I can imagine that sometimes having exclusive designs would also be something that would really appeal to those that like the sapeur type of clothing.
Absolutely.
So do people just come to you with any kind of design? I mean, there's a pair to my left here, which is, I lift and stretch. Thank you very much, Raphael. And they're green checked leather, like wicker work on the leather. But then they have this very, it's almost like, what kind of hair is that?
That's pony.
Pony hair.
Pony hair.
Yes.
Pony hair with a leopard print. And these are green leather with pony hair.
Yeah, so basically what happens is these particular shoes can be hand painted to any colour.
Wow.
So the customer comes in, he says, I'm wearing a green suit, I want green shoes, we'll paint the shoes green.
So you can make any design for
any design.
And what's the most what's the most unusual request you've had, should I say, for the design of shoes?
Oh yeah. Once a customer asked us to make a shoe with diamonds and on the back of it, encrusted, and basically came up to about £16,000.
£16,000 for a pair of shoes?
For a pair of shoes.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted gold pins, he wanted gold eyelets, he wanted our logo encrusted in diamonds. So we done it all for him. Even the fabric was Scabal.
What's that?
Scabal's on Savile Row.
Okay, so you have from the very conservative, as we have with these classic brogues, to some very quite way out designs.
Definitely.
Which also, as you're saying, quite astronomical prices. Do many of your customers, how do they know about you? As I say, I saw your shoes gracing, the red carpet at the Golden Globes. How would an actor like that, who's in a film, know about your shoes?
I'll say it's word of mouth.
Word of mouth, Instagram, a lot of PR.
Okay.
But I'll attribute most of it to word of mouth.
Somebody called Ganesha Periasamy says, please open a boutique in Singapore. So you've got a request there. And Kosi Lafi Sibanda says, let's get Africa putting on brands from Africa. This is inspiring. So tell me, what's the name of these green shoes, please?
This is Agbara.
Agbara, which is strength, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, strength, because it's very powerful. It's green, it's natural. Even the soles are green to match the actual shoe.
Oh, wow. These are fantastic. And you have what looks like the head of a Benin bronze at the bottom. Are these at the bottom of all your shoes?
Yes. Iyaba.
Iyaba. And why do you have, what does that signify for you, having the Benin bronze or Ife head?
Well, I was attracted to Iyaba when I read the history. Well, it's a long history. I don't think we've got enough time to cover it. But she's very symbolic to the Edo, the Benin, and to the Yoruba people alike.
And why is culture, I mean, we have another pair of shoes that I haven't mentioned, those beautiful gold men's slippers. Do you mind holding them up to the camera there, please, Raphael? No, the blue mules with the tassels, yes. Okay. If you can hold them up to that camera so that people who are watching, what do you call those and how would you describe them?
This is Ife.
Ife.
Yes, and this symbolizes, for example, you know when you see those chiefs in Nigeria with those things in their hand, that
The
Irukere,
staff, yes.
the Irukere with the it's made out of the horse tail. Yeah, so that's where we got that idea from.
Okay.
Yeah.
And clearly heritage is important to you.
Absolutely.
Why do you feel, or how do you feel you can spread, you know, this whole idea that you can, as somebody is saying, you know, putting African brands, but also infusing our culture and making sure people around the world, whether it's Singapore or otherwise, get to know about it? Why is it important that you put that on the map and that you do have that cultural influence in your shoes, and you don't just make the classic brogues?
Well, the thing is, we love our culture, so I think it's absolutely important that we show the rest of the world what Africa's really and truly about. And this is the reason why we decided to infuse, the Western world and our heritage all into one, and showcase it in the form of a shoe.
And there are people that might be thinking, but I didn't know being a cobbler or being a shoemaker could actually be something that I could have a career in, or even is something that I could make money from, or even travel the world in and make custom-made shoes, and yet that's what you're doing.
Well, the thing is, I studied music technology, and what he studied doesn't...
I did accounting.
Exactly. So, but we've always been fashion conscious. Always.
I can tell you look very sharp.
Thank you.
You both look very sharp indeed. And I wish you'd go back to your suits as well, so that you have the whole shebang.
We will.
The suits and the shoes. And that means that anybody, whether it's a size 15 shoes with the man who started you off, or size 14 shoes,
yes.
to women who maybe have a problem with their shoe size. A lot of the time, West African women in particular, I know, or African women on the whole, we have larger than average size for the European market. You know, like I, for instance, wear a size 7.5 shoe.
Okay.
And I sometimes find it very hard to get shoes in the shop. So you can now
we can
make them for anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Like for the ladies' shoes over there, we actually made a pair
Raphael, do you mind holding these up?
We made a pair for a customer, and she was a size 10.
Size 10?
Yes, a size 10.
Those are beautiful.
10 women.
Do those have a name? They have flowers encrusted on them. Beautiful stiletto mules.
Was it
This is
flower?
Ododo.
Ododo.
Yeah, which means flower.
Very, very nice. And there are more comments. Osman Dauda says, creativity is African. Thank you guys for making us proud watching from the USA. Meki Makasha says, watching from Ethiopia, good job, our African entrepreneurs. And Tamiko Brown says, congratulations, Jesusegun. Wishing you both all the best in your future endeavors. So,
Thank you.
Where is this going to take you? The future, as Tamiko speaks about. What is next?
Global. It's inevitable. Because no one's doing what we're doing. At the moment, anyway.
You say that, but there are now, you see a few shops springing up in Ghana, in Nigeria, where people do make bespoke shoes. You have more of the mules, like the Ife.
That's true.
Oh, Ife, yeah.
That's true, but quality is a key factor. And this is exactly why and where we're winning.
With your price range, what is the price of your shoes? I know you say it's exclusive and designer. What kind of price are we talking about?
Our collection prices, the shoes start from 300 and they go up to
£300.
Yeah, from 300 to 400. That's the collection. And the made to order and the bespoke is a totally different price.
That's a different ball
price,
a different stratosphere. You see, some people would say this is out of their price range, out of their even their dreams and their desires, and so they would say you're not catering, sadly, for the mass market. You are clearly designer, aren't you?
Well, it's handmade, so it comes with a cost. Do you see? It's especially like most of the places where you're talking about, say Ghana, for instance, those shoes there, most of them are quick fixes. They want to find how to make something good with cheap money. We go all the way. We go into Italy, we investigate manufacturers, we try to make sure they do exactly how we want it to be. And then again, we have to go to Spain to make sure we get to the best manufacturers over there. So we've got quality standards which would...
If I can ask you, in northern Nigeria in particular, we have a tradition. There is a tradition of leather work.
Yeah, I know.
Have you ever thought of sourcing and maybe even refining some of the leather that you get there?
It's funny because we actually do buy some leathers from up north in Nigeria. But what we do is when we buy it from Nigeria, then we get the skins shipped from Nigeria. We get it shipped to Italy, where the shoes are made. Sometimes that is.
Okay. And would you work with? I know it's the two of you, but would you work with others in in your showrooms? Other artisans who know how to use leatherwork? Or-
Definitely.
Yes.
We work with, yes, we do, with several artisans. We work with people that actually put the embellishments on the shoes
So where is that done? The embellishments.
in Italy.
Okay.
Yes, everything's done in Italy.
But what I'm saying is, would you get maybe African artisans, African craftsmen and women to work with you as well, or even train them so that they then come up to the standard you're saying?
Definitely.
Okay.
Ultimately, that would be the goal, to shift manufacturing from Italy
Down back home.
back to Africa. That's ultimately our goal.
Couple of more comments. Kumadra says, great, showcasing what we have in Africa, watching from Ghana. Robert Bright Asiedu says, Africans are so proud of you, gentlemen. God
Thank you.
bless you. So many people proud. I wish you brought more of your styles so that we can see. And
They
clearly,
they need to go on the website.
and your website is?
It's www.Jesu-Segun.com.
Okay. And on there, you do have a wide variety of shoes, don't
Yes.
you? From the classic, the conservative to
Avant-garde, yes.
the avant-garde.
Yes.
Okay. And from two-tone to different, to different styles,
Yeah.
whether it's the studded or otherwise. What about for the women?
Well, for the women, we've got a lot of flats. So we've only just
Flat shoes.
flat shoes, flat loafers. We've got like at least seven different models.
Okay. And can you just show, I'm going to show up. Can you lift the green pair, please,
Okay.
Raphael? Because I think more people want to see. They can't see. If you lift them and show them in that camera.
Let's
So
do this.
these are what are those called again?
Agbara.
Agbara, that's the strength. And this is Imole.
Yes.
This is Imole.
Imole.
Yeah.
Okay. And before people, and if you could lift up those lovely blue ones.
Ife.
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 Ife as in the city, Ife.
No, Ife.
Ife,
Yeah,
okay.
Ife.
Ife is that not love?
Love,
Love.
yes, it
So
is.
this is love.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And can you make Ife in different colours?
In any color.
And what about women's?
Same.
So you could make these. I think your camera gets it better.
Does it get better?
Yes, apparently.
Okay.
So this is Ife. So you can make the women's version and the men's version in any colour at all.
Actually, women order it. We've sold a couple to ladies anyway.
Oh, well, in that same style?
In that style, yes.
And that looks also like pony hair, is it?
It is.
It is pony.
And how much would those pony hair?
300.
£300. That's about $450, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So some people might have to save for quite a bit. Do you find that more people are buying them for or asking you to make them for their weddings and special occasions?
Yes, we get
Yes.
a lot of special requests because most people, they find it very difficult. I mean, let's face facts. From Nigeria anyway, a lot of our clientele from Nigeria, we've discovered, have big feet. I'm talking size 14, size 15, wide feet. And they can't actually find a lot of manufacturers to accommodate those sizes. Like my partner said, at reasonable prices. So they come to us and we make their dreams absolutely come true.
And I suppose also if you've got traditional outfit to wear, you
Exactly.
can get a
They
pair
look
of
really
shoes
nice
to
with
match.
them.
That's
Wow.
right. Or even amalgamate the tradition, the cloth itself, like ashoke. We've made ashoke into shoes in the past.
Or you can
before.
book kente cloth.
Yes,
Or
whatever.
even the Ethiopian cloth or the Bugolong
Everything,
cloth.
or anything.
Wonderful. So basically, you're up for any challenge, it sounds like.
We're ready.
Yes.
Very, very well. I have to thank you very much for coming in, showing your beautiful shoes, your beautiful designs to us here
Thanks for
on
having
this Facebook Live. So for myself, Bola, here in our Focus on Africa studios with Andrew and with Raphael, I have to say thank you very much for sharing Jesusegunlondon with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much and good luck.
Fantastic.